Body bags, where horror lies.
Dubbles at you again. Another new week on the body bags. Of course, your Monday host. Flick I got for y'all this week is from 2011. It is a Shriek Show release. It's actually one of their newer ones. The Fresh Meat series. I don't know if y'all have checked out some of those. The flick I picked was Rat Scratch Fever. Now this one I was pretty torn on, and it was honestly hard to put just a straight up number on the review. But to start out, basic plot: you have a space crew, kind of a space militants, I suppose. I guess sent from America to fight this this space fight with giant rats. So the first 2 minutes of the flick, you can already see a lot of the really crude CGI that's going to be used throughout this flick, and just some kind of the superimposing they do. They superimpose rats in the picture, actual pictures of rats superimposed. Just really over the top, crude, sci-fi channel level stuff going on there. Actually, some of the look reminds me of some of the Astron 6. I don't know if you saw some of their sci-fi shorts on their compilation DVD. It kind of puts you in the mind of that without necessarily the Astron 6 charm, but there is some overuse maybe of CGI. I don't think it's doing it in like a very harmful way. I mean, this is definitely a zero budget, really low budget movie, and you know they've used their use of models, and they've pretty much used all the creative outlets they can. They mix in practicals where they can. But anyway, I digress from the plot. The space mission was a failure. They returned back to Los Angeles only to find giant mutant rats taking over Los Angeles and spreading. So that's your basic rundown. It's basically man versus super rat. They claim that these rats are the size of bears, and they look just like normal rats. Just some hilarious shit. Rat stampedes, all this stuff where they have just took film and footage of actual rats, and even, like I said, superimposed them on green screens or whatever backgrounds. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in some of these shots where they have green screened and CGI'd on top of it, and superimposed, and camera tricks, and so there's some shots in the film that I found are a little busy. Maybe not necessarily in a bad way, because this is an over-the-top film. Another thing I was going to say about the CG, you know, they've done it in a way to try to make the film more epic, though, to give it more of a, you know, the space environment, to give it a huge cityscape. You know, it's not in just a way, hey, let's CGI this kill, we're being lazy. They're actually trying to be creative with their use of it. So, you know, I give them brownie points there. I'm a stickler when it comes to CG in movies, especially horror movies. But I am more lenient with CG when it's more science fiction. To me, that's a little more passable and just understandable to use. You know, when you're dealing with lasers and all this far out shit. The acting was rough in parts, very laughable at times. A couple actors did pretty well with their job. Practical effects, when they are used, a lot of the blood and stuff was practical and pretty well done. Nothing German splatter, just amazing, but some good gory blood, semi over the top when it happens. So props there. Like I said, they used practicals where they could. I felt like, well, maybe not everywhere they could have, but they did use it for at least the kills, so points there. Let's see, they could have used. There's some questionable shots, like they used CG smoke, and what else was it? But the CG smoke and stuff looks like they've put like a Windows 98 screensaver on the the front of the film. Like, it just looks so unnatural, the CG and stuff. Like, it's, like I said, just smoke and stuff like that. You couldn't get a fog machine, or even have somebody smoking a cigar off screen. Like, you could do something there, I feel like, to to make more natural looks where you can. Like I said, you don't have to use CG everywhere, but it is what it is. Very low budget film that I felt the filmmakers did the best they could with. That being said, it is a tedious watch for the most part. This is one of those movies you put on with your friends, maybe have a couple drinks and just laugh at, and do your own commentary on, do your own Mystery Science 3K kind of thing, if you will. It's one of those kind of films. Obviously not to be taken too serious, but they did blend the lines. They tried to have serious elements in here and actual serious horrors in parts. So honestly, it came off a little confusing when they did that, because I just kind of wish they'd have kept their goofy feel through the whole thing. But I think they were, trying to get the best of both worlds there. So like I said, really hard to put a number on this one. Splitting it down the middle. I'm gonna go 5.5 out of 10. You love your cheesy low budget shit, check it out and have a laugh at it. It's nothing spectacular by no means, but it's really not a bad movie. It can be an entertaining watch for what it is. It's cheese fest. That's about all I can say about it, guys. Until next week, appreciate y'all watching.